It's time now for the best high school sports action from the WBCB Sports Network. Catch the best games from Bucks and Mercer County at WBCBSports.com and our Facebook page. Your home for high school sports is right here at WBCB 1490.
Good morning. Welcome to Bristol High School, the home of the Warriors, and a happy Thanksgiving to everybody out there in WBCB Sportsland as we have our traditional Turkey Day hookup. The Bristol Warriors welcome the Morrisville Bulldogs. Today's game on WBCB brought to you by BCWSA, St. Mary Medical Center, Kalinowski Performance Academy, the Revere Restaurant, and indeed we are thankful for all of the community support we get for high school football on WBCB. And what's better than a Thanksgiving Day matchup, Bristol-Morrisville. And thanks to Jags Barbershop for helping to power portions of today's game. East Coast Printing with us today. Thanks to Ralph DiGiuseppe, Yardley Auto Body, Ben's Deli, Finney McGee's Pub, Papa's Pretzel Place, Finney McGee's, and Nick's also on board today, and the Trentonian. This is the Trentonian pregame show kickoff coming up in just a little bit. Chris Ermer with Nick Gallagher and Mackay Gundy. And Nick, some great history and tradition to this one. It's an opportunity for the community to come together, rally behind their local high school football teams, and begin Thanksgiving with a little gridiron action. This game goes all the way back to 1928. So yeah, that's a little history right here.
Yeah, so much history, and happy Thanksgiving to you, Chris, and your family, and everyone out there today that will be tuning into this wonderful, exciting matchup between the Warriors and the Bulldogs today. Yeah, as you mentioned, this game goes back to 1928, where the Warriors started out winning the first 9 straight matchups of this contest, and really right now it's been all Warriors for the last 24 seasons. Bristol has won this game, so Morrisville's trying to end that streak today for the first time since 1998, and they lead the all-time series 60-33-2 are the Bristol Warriors over the Bulldogs on Thanksgiving Day.
And the rallying cry today for Morrisville, Nick, is let's party like it's 1998, because that's the last time they got the win on Thanksgiving Day. So they're looking to turn back the clock, and Bristol looking to maintain their level of excellence, and they have been very, very good. Morrisville this year became back-to-back District 1 1A champs, but the Bristol Warriors, they're doing it 6 times in a row at the district level, at the 3A level. So looking forward to this one, as both teams have played really good football, both teams bringing winning records into this contest, and both of them trying to maintain or improve on the overall record for their team in this Thanksgiving Day matchup. Bristol has gotten the better for the most part, and especially of late. But Morrisville always looking to turn things around, and now under new head coach Corey Keene, as he picks up where Coach Mitch Cohen left off. Mitch Cohen picking up the first 2 of those district championships, and now Coach Keene maintaining that district championship level for this Morrisville team with another good season, and under new leadership, but still maintaining success for these Bulldogs.
Yeah, and Coach Corey Keene has done a great job taking over for Mitch Cohen this year. 7-5 coming into today's game. Warriors 9-3, but Corey Keene has really done a remarkable job. The last game the Bulldogs played, they lost to Belmont Charter, a 10-1 Belmont Charter team. They got blanked 19-0 back on the 7th of November. It was the only time the Bulldogs were shut out this year. So prior to 2024-25, the last winning season for the Bulldogs was 2010 and 2012, where they went 7-5, and in 2012 they went 6-6. So some general up and down progress for this team this year, maintaining over 500 record as they look for their 8th win today to finish the season strong. And like you said, end that long drought and party like it's 1998.
Well, today's game on WBC brought to you by the Trentonian. This is the Trentonian pregame show as we get you ready for the turkey and gravy and Thanksgiving, all the stuffing. I'm Chris Crescent Rolls along with Nick, Give Me the Gravy Gallagher, and Mackay, Green Bean Casserole Gundy here today for the game, trying to set the tone for a great turkey day and a great game. Last year, these two teams did not hook up for the first time in a while due to concerns about some eligibility issues going on. But again, as the Morrisville program has had that turnaround, as you just indicated, Nick, Bristol has also maintained a level of excellence, and they have some players who have set some impressive milestones this season, including their quarterback, their running back, and their wide receiver, and that tandem has been very difficult for teams to contend with, again, helping Bristol win another district championship, have another fine season, and pick up another league championship in the process.
Yeah, and it'll be a difficult task for the Bulldogs today, though, to stop all three, because Brady Slate, that dual-threat quarterback, can throw it, has rushed for 600 yards this season, thrown for over 1,000. He's got a 1,000-yard rusher, a 1,000-yard receiver. So it's a very tough offense to stop, slow down today, and it's really been a great story for the Bulldogs. They started off the year, I was actually here for the first game of the 2025 season. They lost at Palisades, and then they ripped off 7 straight wins and really kind of got off to the races after that loss. And really, you love those kind of stories. An early season loss, you humble yourself, you were at home, expectations were high coming into the year, and you kind of just get and write the ship off, as the Warriors have done this year. And it's really been their senior class, their leadership from their senior class has really meant a lot to them. And going into this game, if the Warriors win today, it will be the most winning class in Bristol football history, as they would finish with over 30 wins as a combined class in their 4 years. 9 wins as a freshman, 8 wins as sophomores, 9 wins as juniors, and if they win today, it will be 10 wins to finish out their senior campaign. So really impressive from the Bristol Warriors and their program the last couple of years.
And the mainstay throughout that turnaround and that success has been head coach Mike Ciotti, and Mike could pick up his 50th win in 6.5 seasons with a win today over the Bulldogs. And here they are, Morrisville taking the field as we get closer to kickoff. This is the Trentonian pregame show on WBCB. Again, read about today's game in tomorrow's edition of the Trentonian. This traditional Thanksgiving Day hookup dating back to 1928. And great to be back here as we missed last year's action, but back with this. And, you know, once those traditions have a little bit of a hesitation, you wonder if they're going to get rejoined. So I'm so happy that we are back here and happy to have everybody with us. A terrific Thanksgiving to one and all. Big thanks to Jags Barbershop on Bridge Street in Morrisville, 15 East Bridge Street, and the staff and management of Jags Barbershop in Morrisville want to take this opportunity to wish you and your family a very happy Thanksgiving. Jags Barbershop, grateful for their customers and the Morrisville community. And for 25 years of business, they're honored to be a lasting presence in Morrisville. Jags Barbershop, they take pride in their services, look forward to greeting old customers and meeting some new clients as well. Again, they're at 15 East Bridge Street in Morrisville, open Monday through Thursday from 9 to 7, and Saturdays open 8 to 6, closed Sunday. And again, from the family at Jags Barbershop to you and your family, a very happy Thanksgiving and a joyous holiday season. And we echo those sentiments as the Bristol Warriors get set to take the field. And Nick, before the game, they were out here shirtless, kind of setting a tone and talking amongst themselves, saying, this is hot weather out here, and not intimidated by the little chilly conditions here today.
Yeah, we'll see if that plays a factor, but they came out firing and ready to go today, and how can you blame them, though, when you miss a year of this rivalry? And then you come back this year to reignite that rivalry, a big meeting today. And they came in, the Bulldogs made their entrance today, and Bristol was already chirping at them. So we got a feisty game as the Warriors are already warmed up and ready to go.
They were warmed up even without the shirts on
because
they were ready to go. It's a mind over matter kind of thing here today, and we're expecting a high temperature today of about 44 degrees. So game time temperatures in the upper 30s with some wind gusts around 20, 25 miles per hour. Captain's about to take the field and see how we get this one started. Again, Thanksgiving Day, and we wish you and yours the best. A terrific holiday season. We have some WBCB Toys for Tots things coming up. And next Saturday, we're going to be up at Fletcher's Garage collecting new unwrapped toys for the Toys for Tots program, part of the Hot Rod Santa thing going on at Fletcher's Garage at the corner of Hood and South Olds Boulevard. So we hope to have you out there, again, as we spread a little holiday cheer on Thursday, Thanksgiving Day, and get set for the turkey. Maybe a little pretzel mixed in, a pretzel tray. Papa's Pretzel Place at 302 Mill Street in Bristol. Perfect. They've perfected the art of making soft pretzels, and they are a proud supporter of Bristol's football team, and they wish them good luck in this morning's Thanksgiving Day game as the captains take the field. Brady Slate out there with Khalil Cottrell for Bristol. Also running back Talon Nemeth and Marco Baracal out there representing the Warriors. For Morrisville, Alex Brown, one of their seniors, and they've really leaned on this senior class to help them win these back-to-back-to-back District 1 titles. Quarterback Merrick Johnson also out there with Caraway and Dismukes. And it looks like it is the Warriors who win the coin flip, and they'll take the football.
I'm not surprised to see that. You would think, too, just the way these teams have warmed up, Chris, you'd think someone wants to set the tone early. So whoever was going to win the coin toss, you had a feeling they were wanted to receive and get things going early on in this one.
All right, so Morrisville will kick off to Bristol here in the 2025 Thanksgiving Day hookup. It's high school football on WBCB. We will step aside and return for the kickoff in just a moment here on WBCB.
Bucks County, this is home. It's where I was raised, where I learned right from wrong, where I'm raising my family, and where I've spent my life fighting for justice. I've taken on the toughest fights against murderers, traffickers, and child predators who believed they could prey upon the innocent and walk free. I've proven them wrong. I have stood toe-to-toe with the worst among us, delivered justice, and made our communities safer. Because in Bucks County, law and order are not up for debate. And as your district attorney, I will never stop fighting to protect our families and uphold justice. Justice isn't just my job, it's a solemn promise. A promise that every family can sleep safely at night, that no victim will ever be forgotten, and that in Bucks County, crime has consequences. Under my watch, the law is not a suggestion, it's an unbreakable pact. Justice will be swift, it'll be certain, and it'll be served. I'm Jennifer Shorn, and I will never stop fighting for Bucks County. Our families, our safety, our home.
Hi, Merrill Reese reminding you to come back home to traditional Italian cuisine at the Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road in Ewing Township. You'll always feel welcome at the Revere. It's like stepping back in time where you'll feel like you're dining in South Philly or New York's Little Italy. Start your meal with complimentary Hoboken bread. Choose from a menu featuring fresh seafood dishes, succulent steaks and chops, or homemade pasta dishes. You can even eat at the bar. The Revere is open 7 days for lunch and dinner. Private room available for special affairs, plus catering. For reservations, call 609-882-6365. That's 609-882-6365. Come home to traditional Italian cuisine. The Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road, Ewing Township.
Welcome back to Bristol High School Thanksgiving Day football on WBCB in a hookup that dates back to 1928. Chris Ermer, Nick Gallagher, Mackay Gundy on a breezy, a little bit chilly, but sun-drenched Thanksgiving morning. And kicking off, Gabe Sprague has it teed up. Back deep, Williams and Cottrell to receive the kick. Sprague approaches and squibs that one downfield, picked up at the 35-yard line. And Beauplan returns it across the 35, but the football coming loose, and officials quickly saying it's down by contact. The play is over, and Bristol lucky to avoid a fumble to get things going. They'll start at their own 37-yard line.
Well, that would have been a chaotic start.
Well, this game often has its share of chaos, unexpected moments, throw the records out the window, but both teams coming in with impressive records, 9-3 for the Warriors. They hand off on first down and give to Braylon Williams. Williams with over 1,000 rushes, or 1,000 rushing yards on the season. Not only a first-team All-League linebacker a couple times, but a two-time second-team running back, and likely this year he'll get that first-team status for sure. As Slate from the gun, again, gives to Williams, bounces to the outside, across the 45, up near midfield, picks up a Warrior first down, and about a 10-yard gain for Williams on his second carry.
Impressive run there by Williams, powering his way through, getting up for a Warriors first down. And we're going to see a lot of that today from this Bristol offense.
Today, Morrisville playing up in classification, a 1A team taking on a 3A team in this Bristol Warriors squad. But Bristol, they've also played up as they played some 4A squads, throwing incomplete, looking for Cottrell, and not able to connect.
Yeah, Slate hesitated. Slate hesitated on that play. He thought Cottrell was going to be in a different spot. He wasn't, and decided to throw it in dangerous territory. A couple Bulldogs around the area, and thankfully it was just incomplete, threw it towards the sideline.
Yeah, they played 4A teams, and they beat 4A teams this season. Also making a little history on that run, defeating Executive for the first time in 5 years, and they took down ANC for the first time in 9 years. That time, a false start. So Markham back makes it 2nd and 15. Opening drive of the morning here in Bristol. Not making it easy on themselves here. Morrisville coming out with some good fight, and Morrisville, they got 2 weeks of practice in, kind of had a regular schedule over the last couple of weeks, hoping to get back into mid-season form here today. Slate is going to tuck that away. A quarterback keeper. Up to the 40 goes Brady. Slate across the 40, near the 35. It's a 17-yard pickup and a Warrior first down. Brady Slate off to the races, adds to his 600-plus rush yards this season.
He's very prone to do that, and he could do that effectively, keeping these drives alive. If he doesn't see anything he likes, he can tuck it and be dangerous in the open field. Makes a lot of defenders miss. Has 10 rushing touchdowns on the season. So he can find an end zone when he breaks a couple tackles.
Yeah, not only has he made plays, but he's also managed games and done a good job protecting the football. Takes the snap, gives to Williams, bounces to the outside to the 30, 25, 20, along the far sideline and into the end zone. A 35-yard touchdown strike for the Bristol Warriors, and they're on the scoreboard first with 8:39 to go in quarter number 1. Pay dirt on their opening drive of the morning.
And just like that, Braylon Williams strikes, an effective runner, and just uses his speed and agility to get by the Bulldogs defense, finds his end zone, a big 35-yard touchdown rush to put up the Warriors' first strike here on Thanksgiving morning.
And great to see Nemeth back out there earlier this season as he ran one in for a touchdown. His hamstring kind of got tied up there a little bit, and so he's back out there, makes the extra point, and 7-0 as we come back up the field. 8:39 remaining in the first quarter. So it took him just a few plays to get it going, but then Williams into the end zone again. And we say again because he's done that a number of times already this year for Bristol. Williams, one of the seniors who's been part of this run. And that group went 9-2 in their freshman year, 8-4 in their sophomore year. They had a 9-2 season as juniors, and now this year they've gone 9-3 so far, looking for their 10th win here today. Keshawn Morris approaches. Line drive kick taken by Merrick Johnson. And Johnson with a return right up the middle, a gutsy return up across the 35. And that's where the Bulldogs will get started on their first drive of the day. Again, back-to-back 1A district champions. You mentioned that last game they had against Belmont, but the week before that, I mean, they really had a lopsided victory.
Yes, Bulldogs offense has been really effective this year. 26 points per game, as you mentioned, Chris. The last 3 games prior to that Belmont game, 56, 47, and 42 points in those 3 games.
Yeah, they got the offense going in those games big time, and before the first snap of the football, they're set back 5 yards. You see that? What that was about, Makai? Was that a delay or? Shotgun snap. They give to Caraway on a little wildcat look. And nothing doing there. The Bristol defense with Dom Capriotti making a big stop on the first play from scrimmage for the Bulldogs. Second and 5. Where's the football going there? A direct snap this time to Dismukes. And Dismukes up to the 38-yard line. Pick up about 6 yards, but still 3rd and long for the Bulldogs. 3rd about 7 from the 39.
Throwing some different looks at the Warriors these first couple plays in the Wildcat formation.
Yeah, now a more traditional look as quarterback Merrick Johnson in the gun. 2 receivers to either side as he puts a man in motion, and there's movement along the line of scrimmage. Who jumped? Looks like this is going to go against Bristol. Yeah, they were offside. So we'll see if this is going to be a different approach now for Morrisville. They do bring in some different personnel as they're looking at a 3rd and 3.
Much more manageable now. Might keep it on the ground here. See if you can get something.
Junior Azir Caraway in with the play. He and Dismukes have done the lion's share of the rushing, and it's a direct snap to Caraway in the Wildcat. He evades one tackler and picks up a Bulldog first down. Great individual effort there by junior Azir Caraway. Looked like he was going to be brought down for a loss, stays on his feet, and picks up a first down.
Yeah, I don't know how Caraway managed to keep his momentum going forward. Looked like he was going to be wrapped behind the line of scrimmage, broke the first tackle, got through the second line of defense, and was able to get enough for a Bulldog first down.
And Morrisville on the move, their first drive on this Thanksgiving Day has them up just shy of midfield. And movement on both sides of the line, and that time a false start assessed to Morrisville.
False start on the offense.
Well, you see all the energy down there. Everybody geared up for a big Thanksgiving Day matchup, and guys getting a little jumpy down there, trying to get whatever edge they possibly can. There, a direct snap to Dismukes, and he's thrown for a loss. In there, Braylon Williams. When you're talking about the 3A level, 1A schools, so many of these football players play both sides of the football. Braylon Williams with the touchdown run, and there comes up with a tackle for loss.
Well, he could be everywhere on this football field today.
Filling up the stat sheet.
Yeah.
2nd and 17. They snap it to Shakur Dismukes, and he runs right into the teeth of the Bristol Warrior D, Christian Manning. 6'9" senior cuts him down and makes it 3rd and a dozen. Tough for the Bulldogs when they're behind the sticks. As Johnson under center, drops back, throws over the middle, incomplete, intended for Jovan Rivera, one of their key targets when throwing the football, but just can't quite connect, makes it 4th and 12. And the Bulldogs will kick it away. Dropping back to receive the punt is Khalil Cottrell.
Morrisville punt. Khalil Cottrell back to receive.
And Johnson with a high snap, end over end kick, very short, comes down shy of the 45 and touched up there by senior Alex Brown. And the Warriors take over with pretty good field position for their second drive. And timeout taken gives us a moment to mention some of our community partners helping to power today's game, including East Coast Printing. At your go-to source for custom apparel and printing in the 215 area and beyond. East Coast Printing 215. They bring your ideas to life. Custom screen printing, direct to film printing, embroidery, and custom orders, from t-shirts, hoodies, and hats to bags and more. If you can imagine it, custom East Coast Printing 215 is going to bring it to life, customize it for you, whether you're outfitting a team, promoting your brand, or just creating something unique for yourself. East Coast Printing 215 in the Morrisville Shopping Center. That's your go-to source for top quality and very quick turnarounds. East Coast Printing in the Morrisville Shopping Center, open Monday through Friday from 10 to 8. Saturdays open till 3. And we wish everybody at East Coast Printing a terrific Thanksgiving Day, a wonderful holiday season, and to you and yours as well. Slate gives to Williams. Williams bounces off one tackler, keeps the feet churning, and takes it across the 35 up to the 37, picks up 11 yards and a Bristol first down. And unfortunately, after the play, Williams slow to get to his feet. So an injury timeout here, and we will step aside, return to the field in just a little bit on the WBCB Sports Network.
Hi, Merrill Reese reminding you to come back home to traditional Italian cuisine at the Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road in Ewing Township. You'll always feel welcome at the Revere. It's like stepping back in time where you'll feel like you're dining in South Philly or New York's Little Italy. Start your meal with complimentary Hoboken bread. Choose from a menu featuring fresh seafood dishes, succulent steaks and chops, or homemade pasta dishes. You can even eat at the bar. The Revere is open 7 days for lunch and dinner. Private room available for special affairs, plus catering. For reservations, call 609-882-6365. That's 609-882-6365. Come home to traditional Italian cuisine. The Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road, Ewing Township. Are you living with relentless pain? St. Mary has a new way to help. Knee and hip replacements with a smarter process for faster recovery, earning prestigious awards for quality and value. A rapid recovery program has you walking just hours after surgery, and breakthrough advances such as custom-fit joints position you for a longer pain-free life. 215-710-5888. St. Mary Orthopedics. It's your health. Expect more.
Yeah, Braylon Williams shaken up on the play. Potentially a big loss for Bristol as Slate tucks this one away. A quarterback keeper right up the gut across the 25. Another big chunk yard pickup for Bristol as they pick up a first down just shy of the 20 at the 22. And call it a 22-yard pickup for Slate. Yeah, Braylon Williams, who needed some help to get off the field coming into today's game, had 9 touchdowns, picked up his 10th. Here to put the Warriors on the scoreboard first. As it's going to be a handoff to Cottrell. Khalil Cottrell along the far sideline stays in bounds and finally gets knocked out of bounds, but picks up a first down. He's down to the 8 and picks up 12 yards. So Cottrell potentially going to have to step up here with Williams sidelined for the moment.
Yeah, you ask yourself, how can Bristol carry on? Well, Brady Slate is very eager to run the ball as well, and you've got Cottrell on the outside as well. Can do sweeps just like that and do different things. They haven't missed a beat here in a couple plays.
And now Dejan Weeks in the backfield, and it's Weeks who gets the handoff. He's down to the 5. And they'll mark him down at the 4-yard line, a pickup of 3 for Dejan Weeks. And great to see Williams back on his feet after getting some attention from the trainer. It looks like he's walking without any difficulty. And hopefully for Bristol's sake, we'll be able to return to play. And he's had such an excellent season, you wouldn't want to see it end in that kind of fashion. Slate from the gun, tucks it away, and takes it into the end zone. A 4-yard touchdown run for quarterback Brady Slate, and the Bristol Warriors in front 13-0 with 35 seconds remaining in quarter number 1.
Well, the Warriors 2 drives, 2 possessions, 2 touchdowns, just like that, making it easy.
And now Nemeth looks to add the extra point. lines it up and splits the uprights. 14-0 Bristol in front of Morrisville here on Thanksgiving Day. Again, Slate adding to his season, picks up his 14th touchdown with that 4-yard run. Today's game on WBCB brought to you by the Trentonian. Read about today's game in tomorrow's edition of the Trentonian. Outstanding local and national sports coverage. Count on it 7 days a week. It's all in the pages of the Trentonian. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody out there with us. Big thanks to Ralph DiGiuseppe, your Bristol Borough Council President. Likes to take this opportunity to wish you and your family a happy Thanksgiving, and we thank him for making portions of today's game possible. Angled kickoff comes down at the 30 and covered up by Ronan Dingle, and the Bulldogs take over their second possession. First drive stalled out, they had to kick it away. But as you were mentioning, Nick, they came out with some very exotic looks, some different wildcat and direct snaps to some of their key running backs.
Yeah, I feel like the key for Morrisville offensively now to get back in this game, they got to be methodical, possess the football, have a long drive, keep the Warriors offense off the field because they've been successful in their first 2 drives. They got to get back in this game here.
And here the give to Caraway. Caraway with a short gain. But Alex Brown, or pardon me, Dejon Weeks in there. And Weeks has had a really good year for Bristol. Bristol hoping to get Coach Ciotti his 50th win over these last 6.5 seasons. And we're through quarter number 1 with the Warriors in front of the Bulldogs, 14-0 on Thanksgiving Day. High school football on WBCB, and we'll step aside, return to action in just a moment.
Are you living with relentless pain? St. Mary has a new way to help. Knee and hip replacements with a smarter process for faster recovery, earning prestigious awards for quality and value. A rapid recovery program has you walking just hours after surgery, and breakthrough advances such as custom-fit joints position you for a longer pain-free life. 215-710-5888. St. Mary Orthopedics. It's your health. Expect more. Don't let joint pain bring you down. See how you can get relief at a free joint pain seminar at St. Mary Orthopedics. Joint care experts will inform and answer questions about diagnosing, managing, and treating joint problems and knowing when it's time for a joint replacement. Ready to get
Welcome back to Bristol High School. 2nd and 9 for the Morrisville Bulldogs as we get the second quarter underway. They flip it out to the halfback, throwing downfield, incomplete. Isaiah Caraway throwing for Alex Brown, but the coverage was there. We talked about all these exotic looks that the Bulldogs have shown so far, but the Warriors seem like they have them well scouted. They're ready for all of these different approaches.
And these two teams, remember, have not played since last year's regular season in the middle of October. They did not meet on Thanksgiving Day last year, and new head coach Corey Keene, his first Thanksgiving game between these two teams.
3rd and 9, and they flip it out to Isaiah Caraway. Caraway up to the 35. And that'll bring up 4th and 5.
And current Hall of Fame members who are in attendance, please make your way to the Garfield Street entrance
And Nick, like you said, you kind of want to put together a long drive and get something going, but you don't want to risk it this end of the field. So Julian Hennessy will kick. No, it's a fake. They give it to Dismukes, and Dismukes completes it to Sean Eddings. Eddings up to the 45. It's a first down for Morrisville. They go into the bag of tricks, and they keep the drive going with a big conversion.
I don't know what it was. Just that I can't say I predicted and saw that one coming. Just that feeling that it was a short 4th and 5, and Morrisville was backed up. They wanted to get something going to keep their offense on the field, and what a time to do it. Good play call by Corey Keene there. Keep the Bulldogs offense on the field after the conversion.
Yeah, looking for a spark. They get one right there. Johnson under center, hands off up the gut to Dismukes. Dismukes keeping the legs churning. He pushes his way up to the 40. A 5-yard pickup for the Bulldogs on first down.
A gain of 4 on the carry for 57 Grissom on the stop.
I mean, in that fake punt scenario, you almost don't want to punt it away, and you just kind of want to keep the Bristol offense off the field. You got to do something, and you know, this is the day you got nothing to lose from the Bulldogs in this matchup, trying to end this long losing streak on Thanksgiving morning.
Yeah, they did risk it, and they got rewarded for the risk there. A flip out to Caraway. They pitch it to him, and Caraway up to the 36, and that'll be just about a yard shy of a Bulldog first down. 3rd and 1. Down under the 9.5-minute mark in quarter number 2. A happy Thanksgiving to everybody with us on the WBCB Sports Network. Also, traditional Thanksgiving Day action on the other side of the Delaware River, the Steiner Spartans and the Hamilton Hornets. And we've got that game for you on BCB as well. Handoff fumbled, picked up, now pitched back, and it's going to be Jones Beauplan who pulls it out of the air and takes it into the end zone for a Bristol touchdown. What a turn of events. Fumbled, picked up. The Bulldogs try to pitch it to their quarterback, and Jones Beauplan says thank you very much as he gets a paw on it, pulls it in, and takes it into the end zone for touchdown number 3 for this Warrior team.
Unbelievable, Chris. You mentioned on the first drive of the game, you just throw the records out the window, just the untraditional things in a football game you see. We'll add another one to this list. A 61-yard, I wouldn't call it a fumble, just I guess almost an interception in a way, to the house, and Warriors tack on the lead. The defense steps up, and they take advantage of the miscue by the Bulldogs.
The extra point is good, 21-0. And the ball was fumbled, but then insult to injury right there is trying to make something happen. They had that extra pitch, that extra effort, and it backfires big time.
I mean, you understand trying the pitch, just trying to keep the ball, but I mean, that's a teaching moment, 101 in football. You just take the tackle down there, you hold the ball, you know, keep it in your gut, and you just go down and take the loss, and you reset and you line up again.
And then Beauplan, he just came from out of nowhere.
He almost didn't know what to do. He didn't know, oh, the ball's mine, and just started running the other way. As his teammates on the sideline here from the Bristol side just started running down the sideline with him.
So with 8:50 remaining in the second quarter, a short kickoff, little squib kick, and a good job up front by Orlando Rogers. The freshman falls on it, and the Bulldogs take over once again. Well, Nick, now what you said last time the Bulldogs got the football goes double to put together a long drive to get something going here. Critically important to try to turn the momentum around a little bit. I mean, this Bristol Warrior team, once they get going, it's like a big ocean liner. It's like a aircraft carrier, and if you want to get that turned around, you better start right away.
Yeah, I'll take your analogy there, and I'll kind of play off right here across the train tracks here. It's like an Acela train coming down the tracks, or an Amtrak train coming at full speed.
Well, there, Bulldogs getting a little bit of help. So offside there. 1st and 5 for Morrisville. And again, movement up front. Back-to-back offsides will give the Bulldogs a first down and move it up to the Bristol 45. Well, that's one way to move the football down the field.
At the Bristol 45.
Bristol has not played a perfect game, but they have done enough.
I see they've really played to their MO. They've kept the ball on the ground. They've been successful at it, coming right down the Bulldogs from the offense, and again, just taking advantage of your opportunities on defense.
And I guess some of that stuff, you don't mind the aggression.
No.
So 1st and 10 from the gun. Merrick Johnson calls for it and gives to Dismukes. Dismukes up across the 40, won't go down. Finally pushed back after he gets up to the 38 and picks up 7 yards. Shakir Dismukes, Jovan Rivera, Alex Brown, Lawrence Austin, all of these guys seniors with this Bulldog team that have earned them back-to-back district titles. There, the throw just beyond the reach of Isaiah Caraway.
For Caraway, going to bring up a 3rd and 4.
So 3rd and 4.
This is an important spot for the Bulldogs here on 3rd and short. It is manageable. They converted a 3rd and 3 earlier in the game in the first quarter. They're just past midfield now.
And they'll talk it over. Timeout taken by the Bulldogs with 7:25 to go in the second quarter. It's Thanksgiving Day football on WBCB, and big thanks to all of our sponsors. A happy Thanksgiving to everybody with us today, and we thank Papa's Pretzel Place, 302 Mill Street in Bristol. They've perfected the art of making soft pretzel. Proud supporter of Bristol's football team, and wishing them good luck in this Thanksgiving Day hookup. Papa's Pretzel Place satisfies your craving for soft pretzels with every twist. Many different varieties, including their OMG and hot dog pretzels. Dips are also available, and with the holidays approaching, the holidays are here. Papa's Pretzel Place has pretzel party trays. Papa's Pretzel Place open Tuesday and Wednesday from 10 to 5. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, they're open 10 to 7, and Sundays open 10 to 5. Papa's Pretzel Place, 302 Mill Street in Bristol, a proud supporter of the Bristol Warrior football team. Don't forget, if you missed the action here on BCB, read about today's game in tomorrow's edition of the Trentonian. Johnson under center with backs in the eye, and they give to the fullback, Shakir Dismukes, and he grinds out a Bulldog first down. Picks up about 3 yards up to the 35. So Bulldogs on the move again. Their first drive stalled out, resulted in a punt. Their second possession of the football, they fumbled it away and was taken into the end zone by Beauplan. On 1st and 10, Isaiah Caraway bounces it outside. He's up to the 30. Rips off 7 yards for Morrisville.
Yeah, Caraway quietly having a nice first half on the ground game. I mean, yes, Morrisville doesn't have any points to show for it yet, but he's getting some positive yards every time he touches the ball. And Morrisville is just trying to find a recipe to keep their offense moving and going forward and preventing the costly mistake.
Again, I formation again. The give up the gut to Dismukes. And he's got enough for another Bulldog first down as they march it across the 25 down to the 23-yard line. Well, for the Warriors, 2 rushing touchdowns and then the fumble returned into the end zone. Bulldogs desperate for a response. And this drive, their deepest penetration into Warrior territory. And they're going to have Johnson drop back, look to throw, evades a rusher. The pocket breaks down. He turns it upfield, spin move up to the 10-yard line. That's a 15-yard pickup and another Bulldog first down.
I don't know.
A little magic there.
Yeah. Merrick, the Magic Man Johnson down there. I don't know what happened there, but he saw a hole and made a couple moves and then cut back to the inside of the field and was able to get great field position and big chunk of yards. Keep the Bulldogs offense moving into the red zone for the first time today.
Trying to make sure this drive pays off. Johnson gives again to Dismukes. Dismukes picks up 5 more. We'll call it a 4-yard pickup. He's up to the 6.
Bulldogs finally knocking on the door on the Warriors for the first time today. And you think, Chris, they could just score on this drive. It'll just help their the flow of this game, just to get on the board will really help, knowing you could score on the Bristol defense. Get some momentum going for them.
Johnson pitches it, and cut down at the 5 is Caraway.
Good for a yard.
So 3rd and goal from the 5-yard line. Yeah, score would be change the complexion of this one. Also, the Morrisville Bulldogs will get the second half kickoff. This Warrior defense, no joke, and they're looking for a goal line stand. On 3rd and 5, Johnson dropping back, throwing into the end zone, and it's caught for the touchdown. Isaiah Caraway with the grab, and the Bulldogs are on the scoreboard. It's 21-6 with 3:12 to go in the second quarter on Thanksgiving Day.
Great throw by Johnson there. Caraway in double coverage. A gutsy throw by Merrick Johnson. Caraway goes up and grabs it at the point and pulls it down for the Bulldogs touchdown as they finally get on the board and are right back in this game.
Yeah, 2 defenders were right there in the vicinity. And now Gabe Sprague, the sophomore kicker, doesn't get an opportunity to put his foot into that one as the snap is muffed, and Jovan Rivera never able to spot that one down. So we come back up the field with the score 21-6 with 3:12 remaining in the second quarter. Touchdown strike as Johnson hits Caraway in the end zone. And don't forget, if you missed the action here on BCB, read about today's game in tomorrow's edition of the Trentonian. Hey, the family at Nick's Pizza in the Morrisville Shopping Center would like to wish you and your family a very happy Thanksgiving and a happy and healthy holiday season. If you're on the go during the holidays, remember, Nick's Pizza, great food, and besides their great varieties of pizza, tomato pies, Nick's Pizza and Family Restaurant, they offer they have the area's best Italian entrees and pasta dishes. Great chicken, veal, eggplant parm, sausage and peppers, pasta, entrees, including baked ziti, vodka rigatoni, fettuccine alfredo, and more for the holidays. Nick's Pizza with catering trays available, eat in or take out, plus local delivery all day. Nick's Pizza and Family Restaurant in the Morrisville Shopping Center open Sunday through Thursday from 11 to 7:30. Fridays and Saturdays, they're open till 8:30. We got the ball. It's like sidewards, looking for a squib kick. Kind of an onside kick approach for the Bulldogs. And it results in pretty good field position for the Warriors. They start at their own 40 here with 3 minutes to go in quarter number 2.
That's the only downside for the Bulldogs, I'd say, in this first half. They've given the Warriors really good field position on their first 2 offensive drives, and they've been able to score on those drives. I mean, they haven't been able to be pinned back yet and work the whole length of the field.
Slate from the gun, and great to see Williams back out there. The pass incomplete, and waiting for the indication. Yeah, that was a backwards pass, so that was a loose ball. And Khalil Cottrell, the intended target, does a good job to kind of push that one out of bounds. So the fumble out of bounds will mark it back to the 36.
There was a fumble on that last play.
And make it 2nd and 13.
Yeah, good awareness by Cottrell there to just know that it was going to be a live ball and able to kind of just, looks like almost guide the ball out of bounds. He just kind of was trying to get it out.
2nd and 14.
So down to the 2-minute mark. Slate from the gun. Keeper up the middle, up to the 50, into Bulldog territory before he is wrestled down. But picks up about 17.
But there is a flag on the play.
And behind the play, a flag down. Holding on the Warriors. So this one's coming back.
There'll be a holding penalty on Bristol. That will negate the big run.
Well, if you're Morrisville here, you can make a stop next minute 45, prevent another Warriors touchdown going in a half. You can make some adjustments, come out, put some good plays and a good drive together. You're, again, right back in this game just a little bit closer. And now you're really pushing the Warriors back after some self-inflicted wounds from them on the flags.
Yeah, 2nd and long, 2nd and about 20 for Bristol. As we get down to the 92nd mark in the first half. Slate throws downfield and off of the hands of Jonas Beauplan. Nearly another big play for Beauplan. He was the guy who plucked the loose ball out of the air and took it into the end zone. There he got behind the defense, but just not able to connect, and becomes 3rd and 19 with 1:21 remaining.
And the longest down the distance for the Warrior offense here in the first half. We'll see what bag of tricks Mike Ciotti has for this long play.
And a chance maybe for the Bulldogs to get the football back with a little bit of time to operate. A quarterback keeper for Slate up to the 40, 45, and near the 50-yard line. He's going to be just shy of a Warrior first down, but picks up a big 18 yards on that rush. Coming into today's game, he had eclipsed the 1,000-yard mark throwing and 600-yard mark rushing. And today, as they get into a quarterback sneak situation, and Slate gets up to the 50, and that's going to be enough for a Warrior first down. An emphatic signal from the official.
And they were very adamant on the quarterback keeper, tush-push style lineup.
And why not? What a great day. Thanksgiving Day, an opportunity for the community to rally around the team, enjoy some high school football. Great to see all of the Bulldog fans that have traveled here to the borough for this one, and a couple of communities that have a lot of similarities, both tucked here along the Delaware River, both small communities that really, have a special relationship with the school district and the support that they give. I mean, great to be in Morrisville when you see the Bulldog marching band kind of marching down the street going into the game. And here in Bristol, just great support for the Warriors, and you have all the players coming back, former players, families that have supported Bristol Warrior football players throughout the years.
Just shows, Chris, the history of this rivalry, the generations that is affected, generation after generation, passing it along to get this series and this rivalry where it is in a great state here in 2025.
Well, a big first down picked up by the Warriors means Bulldogs probably will not get this football back. Here, a throw out to Khalil Cottrell. Cottrell working the near sideline, and then he turns it upfield up to the 30. It's a Bristol first down. And now they wind the clock, 26 seconds and counting, and Slate will clock it, leaving 22 seconds on the first half clock. An opportunity maybe for Coach Ciotti to try to strike before halftime. Maybe look for Khalil Cottrell. Cottrell set the school record for receiving yardage earlier this year. And it's going to be Beauplan split wide to the far side, and Cottrell comes to the near side. Looks like he got a little signal there from Slate. And Slate throws over the middle, looking for Cottrell, makes the grab and takes it into the end zone for the touchdown. A 30-yard touchdown strike for Khalil Cottrell. And after the play, flags come out as Cottrell, after going into the end zone, got thrown down to the turf. But a big play right there, and pre-snap, you kind of saw the signal there that Slate gave to Cottrell. Hits him on the slant, and Cottrell, how about that focus right there? Because that ball was bobbling around. You didn't catch that clean, but eventually able to secure it, and then a little styling into the end zone. And I think that's a dead ball foul called on Cottrell for the excessive celebration. And then dead ball foul also unsportsmanlike on the Bulldogs for the physicality with Cottrell after he was already in the end zone and the play was dead.
Yeah, the way that Brady Slate threw that ball just in the wind, I thought it was going to get batted down and intercepted by the Bulldogs. And Cottrell found it, pulled it down, and muscled his way into the end zone. In just a quick couple of seconds, just like that, Chris, Bristol goes back up 3 scores.
Yeah, and what a turn of events. They had about 90 seconds on the clock. It was 3rd and 20. They give it to Brady Slate. He rips off 18 yards, setting them up for a 4th and short. They sneak it for the first down to keep the drive going, leaves them with about 30 seconds remaining. They throw a quick out to Khalil Cottrell. He moves it down to the 30-yard line, 22 seconds on the clock. And then again, they go to Khalil Cottrell as he takes it into the end zone. Caught it right around the 5, and then a little sidestep and I don't know what you call that, kind of a little showmanship.
Yeah,
as he took it into the end zone. So 28-6 with just 12 seconds before halftime. Morris approaches and squibs that one. A low kick, again controlled by Rogers. And the Bulldogs with just 10 seconds left here in the second quarter. Don't forget, if you miss any of today's action, read about the game in tomorrow's Trentonian. Outstanding local and national sports coverage. Count on it 7 days a week. It's all in the pages of the Trentonian. Today's traditional Thanksgiving Day hookup between Bristol and Morrisville. And also, we got Steinert and Hamilton West coverage on WBCB. Mike Warren with the call of that one. Johnson from the gun calls for the football, but movement for Morrisville, a false start. And some frustration starting to build for the Bulldogs. A tough first half, got something going, but then a deflating score for the Warriors, and Johnson dropping back, looking downfield, and throws incomplete. Couldn't step into that one because of Christian Manning right in his face. So good pressure from the Warriors and leaves the Bulldogs with just 5 seconds and probably just one play before we hit halftime.
We see some sort of variant of a hook and ladder here. Do you think they just kind of maybe run a handoff or a draw and just kind of call it a half?
Yeah, I think they probably keep it conservative here. Everybody in tight, and Johnson will just drop a knee down to bring us to halftime with the Bristol Warriors in front of the Morrisville Bulldogs 28-6 on Thanksgiving Day. Big thanks to all of our community partners. Thanks to all of our WBCB high school football fans for being with us today. We'll step aside and return. We'll recap first half scoring and get you ready for second half action on the WBCB Sports Network.
Bucks County, this is home. It's where I was raised, where I learned right from wrong, where I'm raising my family, and where I've spent my life fighting for justice. I've taken on the toughest fights against murderers, traffickers, and child predators who believe they could prey upon the innocent and walk free. I've proven them wrong. I've stood toe-to-toe with the worst among us, delivered justice, and made our communities safer. Because in Bucks County, law and order are not up for debate. And as your district attorney, I will never stop fighting to protect our families and uphold justice. Justice isn't just my job, it's a solemn promise. A promise that every family can sleep safely at night, that no victim will ever be forgotten, and that in Bucks County, crime has consequences. Under my watch, the law is not a suggestion, it's an unbreakable pact. Justice will be swift, it'll be certain, and it'll be served. I'm Jennifer Shorn, and I will never stop fighting for Bucks County. Our families, our safety, our home.
Hi, Merrill Reese reminding you to come back home to traditional Italian cuisine at the Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road in Ewing Township. You'll always feel welcome at the Revere. It's like stepping back in time where you'll feel like you're dining in South Philly or New York's Little Italy. Start your meal with complimentary Hoboken bread. Choose from a menu featuring fresh seafood dishes, succulent steaks and chops, or homemade pasta dishes. You can even eat at the bar. The Revere is open 7 days for lunch and dinner. Private room available for special affairs, plus catering. For reservations, call 609-882-6365. That's 609-882-6365. Come home to traditional Italian cuisine. The Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road, Ewing Township. Are you living with relentless pain? St. Mary has a new way to help. Knee and hip replacements with a smarter process for faster recovery, earning prestigious awards for quality and value. A rapid recovery program has you walking just hours after surgery, and breakthrough advances such as custom-fit joints position you for a longer pain-free life. 215-710-5888. St. Mary Orthopedics. It's your health. Expect more. Don't let joint pain bring you down. See how you can get relief at a free joint pain seminar at St. Mary Orthopedics. Joint care experts will inform and answer questions about diagnosing, managing, and treating joint problems and knowing when it's time for a joint replacement. Ready to get back to life? Get to the next free joint pain seminar. Details at stmaryhealthcare.org/joint seminar. It's your health. Expect more.
Bucks County, this is home. It's where I was raised, where I learned right from wrong, where I'm raising my family, and where I've spent my life fighting for justice. I've taken on the toughest fights against murderers, traffickers, and child predators who believed they could prey upon the innocent and walk free. I've proven them wrong. I have stood toe-to-toe with the worst among us, delivered justice, and made our communities safer. Because in Bucks County, law and order are not up for debate. And as your district attorney, I will never stop fighting to protect our families and uphold justice. Justice isn't just my job, it's a solemn promise. A promise that every family can sleep safely at night, that no victim will ever be forgotten, and that in Bucks County, crime has consequences. Under my watch, the law is not a suggestion, it's an unbreakable pact. Justice will be swift, it'll be certain, and it'll be served. I'm Jennifer Shorn, and I will never stop fighting for Bucks County. Our families, our safety, our home.
Hi, Merrill Reese reminding you to come back home to traditional Italian cuisine at the Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road in Ewing Township. You'll always feel welcome at the Revere. It's like stepping back in time where you'll feel like you're dining in South Philly or New York's Little Italy. Start your meal with complimentary Hoboken bread. Choose from a menu featuring fresh seafood dishes, succulent steaks and chops, or homemade pasta dishes. You can even eat at the bar. The Revere is open 7 days for lunch and dinner. Private room available for special affairs, plus catering. For reservations, call 609-882-6365. That's 609-882-6365. Come home to traditional Italian cuisine. The Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road, Ewing Township. Are you living with relentless pain? St. Mary has a new way to help. Knee and hip replacements with a smarter process for faster recovery, earning prestigious awards for quality and value. A rapid recovery program has you walking just hours after surgery, and breakthrough advances such as custom-fit joints position you for a longer pain-free life. 215-710-5888. St. Mary Orthopedics. It's your health. Expect more. Don't let joint pain bring you down. See how you can get relief at a free joint pain seminar at St. Mary Orthopedics. Joint care experts will inform and answer questions about diagnosing, managing, and treating joint problems and knowing when it's time for a joint replacement. Ready to get back to life? Get to the next free joint pain seminar. Details at stmaryhealthcare.org/joint seminar. It's your health. Expect more.
All right, welcome back to Bristol High School halftime on Thanksgiving Day as the Bristol Warriors are in front of the Morrisville Bulldogs 28-6 in a game that dates all the way back to 1928. Chris Ermer, Nick Gallagher, Mackay Gundy with you. Big thanks to all of the community support making today's game possible. Not only Thanksgiving Day, but a Hall of Fame induction for Bristol Athletics, which is ongoing here at halftime. We'll take a look back at first half scoring, and Nick, the Stars really showing up for this Bristol team. We'll look at how they got into the end zone 4 times in the first half. Big thanks to the family at Nick's Pizza in the Morrisville Shopping Center. They want to wish you and your family a very happy Thanksgiving and a very happy and healthy holiday season. And if you're on the go during the holidays, and who isn't, remember, Nick's Pizza, great for food. And besides their great varieties of pizza, tomato pies, Nick's Pizza, and family restaurant, they also offer the area's finest Italian entrees and pasta dishes, all baked fresh: chicken, veal, eggplant parm, and sausage and peppers. Pasta entrees including baked ziti, vodka rigatoni, fettuccine alfredo, and more. And for the holidays, Nick's Pizza has catering trays available, eat in or take out, plus local delivery all day. Nick's Pizza and Family Restaurant in the Morrisville Shopping Center, open Sunday through Thursday from 11 a.m. to 7:30 p.m. Friday and Saturdays, they're open till 8:30. And big thanks to Nick's Pizza for helping to power portions of today's game. And we also want to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving, a terrific holiday season. Next Saturday, WBCB will be at Fletcher's Garage for Hot Rod Santa. They have a classic car event, and they'll be collecting new unwrapped toys for Toys for Tots. So we hope to see you up there at the corner of Hood Boulevard and South Olds Boulevard. And we begin our Toys for Tots campaign on WBCB. Anywhere that you see a Toys for Tots box, if you are so inclined, we encourage you to drop a new unwrapped toy in there and help to make this holiday season a little bit better for those in our local neighborhoods and communities. All right, Thanksgiving Day, looking forward to the turkey, the stuffing, all of that great stuff. But we begin with high school football, and Bristol Warriors, they got started right away. Their opening drive, Nick, touchdown for Braylon Williams. And as I said, the stars really showing up. We talked about Braylon Williams, Khalil Cottrell, and quarterback Brady Slate, and they all were able to perform, make some big plays in the first half, including Williams into the end zone first.
Yeah, Braylon Williams got the scoring started, a 35-yard touchdown run. And as we said, the Bristol Warriors got the opening kickoff. They elected to receive, and they did exactly what they wanted to do, scoring on their opening drive. And then it was a 4-yard touchdown run by Brady Slate, his 14th of the year, to put up the Warriors 14-0. And then as you talked about, and really almost the big highlight play was the 61-yard interception fumble by Morrisville that Bristol took the other way to score, and they tripled their lead 21-0 with 8:40 to go in the first quarter. And then it was Isaiah Caraway finally got into the end zone for the Bulldogs to make it a 21-6 game. The extra point was no good. It was muffed on the snap. And then to just moments before the second quarter ended, Khalil Cottrell on a 30-yard touchdown reception from quarterback Brady Slate to put up the Warriors 28-6. And that's where we stand now. So all the stars for the Warriors have scored here in the first half between Williams, Slate, and Cottrell, as Morrisville's got a hill to climb in the second half to get back in this game.
And right on brand for quarterback Brady Slate. He's got a rushing touchdown and a throwing touchdown, and that's been part of what has made this Bristol Warrior team successful, leading them again to another 3A district title. But he takes one in from 4 yards out, rushing one in for their second score, and that was an impressive throw. As you described, it kind of thrown up for grabs a little bit, a lot of air under that one, but you got to trust a receiver like Khalil Cottrell that at the point, he's going to high point the football, he's going to make a play, and that's exactly what he does with the big catch and takes it into the end zone for another Khalil Cottrell receiving TD, and adds to his school record receiving yardage mark that he set earlier this season. Pretty darn good.
Yeah, Cottrell also got some offers from Long Island University and Kutztown, and he probably could get some offers after the 2025 season concludes after today. So, yeah, it's a good career ahead for Khalil Cottrell, and he's making his case to move on to the next level.
Meanwhile, credit the fight of this Bristol Warrior team. Kind of a weird, as you described, the fumble and the return for the touchdown. Unfortunate turn of events for the Bulldogs, but they continue to fight on and get into the end zone. And then a late score by the Warriors, again, shows that, they are not overlooking anybody in this game, even though, they had an advantage. They said, we got to keep our foot on the gas pedal and make sure we can't let the Bristol Warriors get back into this one. They will get the football to start the second half, though, will Morrisville. So who knows, maybe they can get something going and, just, again, start to turn around the big-time momentum that the Warriors possess.
Yeah, the Bulldogs just kind of come out here and, again, as we mentioned, possess the football, get a good some good play calls going together. They already scored in the first half, knowing that you can do that again as well. Just kind of taking advantage of what the defense gives you, maintaining the clock and possession. And again, we just see how successful the Warriors offense is today in this first half. So keeping them off the field as much as you can is going to be critical for Morrisville to get back in this game. And Chris, they're pretty close. You take away the turnover that the Bulldogs had in that first half, and even that corner touchdown in that first half that was caught by Khalil Cottrell, on the second quarter, because that was a tough ball that Cottrell just made a really good play on. I mean, that's 2 touchdowns right there. You're looking at a 14-6 game. It's a different game. Just a couple of little mistakes that the Bulldogs has made defensively today, and you're just right there. You just got to correct those, clean that up, limit your penalties, and control the football, and it's going to be a big second half for them going forward.
We mentioned in our Trentonian pregame activities that Morrisville was hoping to party like it's 1998. It has been since 98 that they've won this traditional matchup. And in our Trentonian pregame, Nick, you also mentioned the turnaround that the Bulldogs had under Coach Cohen and how they turned a program that had a lot of losing seasons into a very successful program, winning 3 back-to-back 1A district titles. But as they have improved, it's also been one of the best periods for Bristol Warrior football. And a win here today would make this senior group the winningest Bristol Warrior football team in the history of the program, which has had some very good football teams. And, as Morrisville has improved, turned things around, unfortunately, they're still up against a Bristol team that also has had an ascension during that period of time and has lifted their standard up to a point where it's been tough for them to be able to, go at each other. Like you said, their last regular season matchup was a pretty good game, and that was Morrisville. Last year, Morrisville, again, a very good team. This year they carry a winning record into this one, but up against the buzzsaw when you look at how this Warrior team has been put together by Coach Ciotti and the standard that they have now set. Pretty impressive stuff.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, the senior class for the Warriors is really, has been successful. 35 and 11 they are in those 4 years, and the last 5 seasons the Warriors are 43 and 14. So Coach Ciotti has done a great job with this program in Morrisville as well. Head coach Corey Keene in his first year. I mean, it's his first year. You had a winning record, whether that you win or lose today. You're 8-5 or 7-6. So it's a very impressive season. Mitch Cohen in his his only 2 years, 9-4 and 23, 6-7 and 24. So Corey Keene in his first year, setting the tone early and maybe get some recruits in and help build this program. And maybe you can have some competitive games with these two teams going forward in the years to come, as now Bristol will be the one kind of rebuilding and replenishing and retooling their senior class after this year. So these two teams kind of going in opposite directions right now, but they're going to be competitive. And again, this game is always fun on Thanksgiving Day.
Well, great to have everybody with us here. Wishing all a terrific holiday. And the staff and management of Jags Barbershop at 15 East Bridge Street in Morrisville would like to take this opportunity to wish you and your family a very happy Thanksgiving. Jags Barbershop, grateful for their customers and the Morrisville community for over 25 years of business. They're honored to be a lasting presence in Morrisville. At Jags Barbershop, they take pride in their services and look forward to greeting old customers and also meeting new clients. Jags Barbershop, 15 East Bridge Street in Morrisville. They're open Monday through Thursday from 9 to 7, open Saturdays from 8 to 6. And again, from the family at Jags Barbershop, to you and your family, a very happy Thanksgiving and a joyous holiday season. Ralph DiGiuseppe, Bristol Borough Council President, would like to take this opportunity to wish you and your family a happy Thanksgiving. Ralph, a lifelong Bristol resident, honored to serve his community and hopes you're enjoying today's annual Bristol Thanksgiving Day football game. Proud to sponsor portions of today's game, and as a public service to our community, Ralph DiGiuseppe powering some high school football on WBCB. And again, from Ralph DiGiuseppe's family to you and your family, a happy Thanksgiving and a joyous holiday season. Yes, indeed. Well, great Thanksgiving to one and all. We'll step aside and return to action. More high school football coming up on WBCB.
Bucks County, this is home. It's where I was raised, where I learned right from wrong, where I'm raising my family, and where I've spent my life fighting for justice. I've taken on the toughest fights against murderers, traffickers, and child predators who believed they could prey upon the innocent and walk free. I've proven them wrong. I have stood toe-to-toe with the worst among us, delivered justice, and made our communities safer. Because in Bucks County, law and order are not up for debate. And as your district attorney, I will never stop fighting to protect our families and uphold justice. Justice isn't just my job, it's a solemn promise. A promise that every family can sleep safely at night, that no victim will ever be forgotten, and that in Bucks County, crime has consequences. Under my watch, the law is not a suggestion, it's an unbreakable pact. Justice will be swift, it'll be certain, and it'll be served. I'm Jennifer Shorn, and I will never stop fighting for Bucks County. Our families, our safety, our home.
Hi, Merrill Reese reminding you to come back home to traditional Italian cuisine at the Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road in Ewing Township. You'll always feel welcome at the Revere. It's like stepping back in time where you'll feel like you're dining in South Philly or New York's Little Italy. Start your meal with complimentary Hoboken bread. Choose from a menu featuring fresh seafood dishes, succulent steaks and chops, or homemade pasta dishes. You can even eat at the bar. The Revere is open 7 days for lunch and dinner. Private room available for special affairs, plus catering. For reservations, call 609-882-6365. That's 609-882-6365. Come home to traditional Italian cuisine. The Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road, Ewing Township. Are you living with relentless pain? St. Mary has a new way to help. Knee and hip replacements with a smarter process for faster recovery, earning prestigious awards for quality and value. A rapid recovery program has you walking just hours after surgery, and breakthrough advances such as custom-fit joints position you for a longer pain-free life. 215-710-5888. St. Mary Orthopedics. It's your health. Expect more. Don't let joint pain bring you down. See how you can get relief at a free joint pain seminar at St. Mary Orthopedics. Joint care experts will inform and answer questions about diagnosing, managing, and treating joint problems and knowing when it's time for a joint replacement. Ready to get back to life? Get to the next free joint pain seminar. Details at stmaryhealthcare.org/joint seminar. It's your health. Expect more.
Bucks County, this is home. It's where I was raised, where I learned right from wrong, where I'm raising my family, and where I've spent my life fighting for justice. I've taken on the toughest fights against murderers, traffickers, and child predators who believed they could prey upon the innocent and walk free. I've proven them wrong. I have stood toe-to-toe with the worst among us, delivered justice, and made our communities safer. Because in Bucks County, law and order are not up for debate. And as your district attorney, I will never stop fighting to protect our families and uphold justice. Justice isn't just my job, it's a solemn promise. A promise that every family can sleep safely at night, that no victim will ever be forgotten, and that in Bucks County, crime has consequences. Under my watch, the law is not a suggestion, it's an unbreakable pact. Justice will be swift, it'll be certain, and it'll be served. I'm Jennifer Shorn, and I will never stop fighting for Bucks County. Our families, our safety, our home.
Hi, Merrill Reese reminding you to come back home to traditional Italian cuisine at the Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road in Ewing Township. You'll always feel welcome at the Revere. It's like stepping back in time where you'll feel like you're dining in South Philly or New York's Little Italy. Start your meal with complimentary Hoboken bread. Choose from a menu featuring fresh seafood dishes, succulent steaks and chops, or homemade pasta dishes. You can even eat at the bar. The Revere is open 7 days for lunch and dinner. Private room available for special affairs, plus catering. For reservations, call 609-882-6365. That's 609-882-6365. Come home to traditional Italian cuisine. The Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road, Ewing Township. Are you living with relentless pain? St. Mary has a new way to help. Knee and hip replacements with a smarter process for faster recovery, earning prestigious awards for quality and value. A rapid recovery program has you walking just hours after surgery, and breakthrough advances such as custom-fit joints position you for a longer pain-free life. 215-710-5888. St. Mary Orthopedics. It's your health. Expect more.
All right, Morris with the kickoff. Rivera with the return for the Bulldogs. Across the 30 to the 32.
Number 28, Thomas Hoover. 15.
And so Bulldogs
Freeway on the tackle.
will get things going here to start the third quarter.
We've talked a lot of history today in this game. Well, the last time Morrisville won, we mentioned, was 1998 as the 2-7 Bulldogs beat the 6-4 Warriors 19-2. Believe it or not, that's how long it's been. I was running around in the kindergarten. That's how long it's been.
Johnson with the handoff. The give is to Caraway, and Caraway dancing his way up across the 40. And where did he step out of bounds? Is that a first down? Not quite. Picks up 9 yards. Yeah, 1998. That was right when I was starting here at WBCB.
Wow, that shows a lot too from your end. A lot of history. I mean, you love that game. Like, where were you back in 1998 on this day in history?
2nd and 1. Johnson under center, flips out to Caraway. The junior with the carry across midfield. It's a Bulldog first down, as he was finally cut down at the 46. And a good start for Morrisville here in the third quarter. Well, I know one thing for sure. On Thanksgiving Day of 1998, I was eating turkey somewhere or other. And we hope everybody has a great Thanksgiving Day meal, opportunity to get together with friends and family and support a little high school football. The give there is to Dismukes on the counter, but the Bulldogs, the defense there for the Warriors is there. Taylor Nemeth, one of the first guys in the mix. And a short gain there makes it 2nd and 9. You have Thanksgiving, and then a lot of people celebrate Friendsgiving.
Yeah, yeah. This week, yesterday, a lot of get-togethers.
And a great opportunity here for both of these communities to rally around a little high school football. Handoff to Dismukes on 2nd and 9. And Dismukes not going down, continues to move the pile, pushing forward, and picks up a Morrisville first down to the delight of the Bulldog fans.
Taking half the defense of the Warriors with him. The fans on the Bulldog sideline were fired up as well, yelling and screaming. He got enough for a Bulldog first down, keeping the legs going.
Very impressive as they have it up to the Bristol 35. As we dip under the 9-minute mark in the third quarter. Johnson dropping back and throws to Dismukes. Secure Dismukes across the 30. That's an 8-yard pickup. Little screen pass set up in the backfield.
Yeah, I like that play design. I didn't think that was going to go for as many yards as it did, but gives the blockers ahead of you a chance to get upfield and get their block set. Dismukes does the rest. Gets a good 9 yards on the play.
Yeah, credit Dismukes with the vision right there. It was Johnson and Dismukes who hooked up for the Morrisville touchdown. There Dismukes gets the handoff, and he's across the 25. That'll be enough for another Bulldog first down. On the move here on their opening drive in the second half.
They're getting some good plays together, good positive yards, just going forward and taking care of the football.
You look out there with all the personnel for the Warriors. It's all their first team guys still out there trying to stop this Morrisville attack. On first down, a quick snap, a quarterback keeper up the gut, and Merrick Johnson picks up about 3 yards. Kind of caught him off guard with that one. Read about today's game in tomorrow's Trentonian. Outstanding local, national sports coverage. Count on it 7 days a week. We thank them for making portions of today's game possible. Thanks also to Jags Barbershop at 15 East Bridge Street in Morrisville. Bulldogs on the move, but that time going nowhere. The give. That time blown up by Caraway, or excuse me, blown up by Capriati. They gave it to Lawrence Austin. And he has dropped back, makes it 3rd and 9. You'd think for Coach Keene and Morrisville, 4-down thinking as they're inside the 25.
Yeah, just got to get this to 4th and manageable if you can.
The handoff to Caraway. Caraway off tackle. Does make 4th down a little more manageable. Picks up a few.
Looks like maybe a 4th and 4.
Got it down to the 20, so we'll say 4th and 5. Warriors trying to get him off the field. Johnson from the gun, and before the play, timeout taken by Bristol. They'll talk things over with 5:31 to go here in the third quarter. Don't forget you missed the action here on BCB. Read about today's game in tomorrow's Trentonian. Thanks also to East Coast Printing 215, your go-to source for custom apparel and printing in the 215 area and beyond. East Coast Printing 215 brings your ideas to life. Custom screen printing, direct-to-film printing, embroidery, and custom orders from t-shirts, hoodies, and hats to bags and more. And if you can imagine it, East Coast Printing 215 will bring it to life. Whether you're outfitting a team, promoting your brand, or just creating something unique for yourself, East Coast Printing 215 in the Morrisville Shopping Center, your go-to source for top quality and very quick turnarounds. East Coast Printing 215 in the Morrisville Shopping Center, open Monday through Friday, 10 to 8. Saturdays, open till 3. Big 4th down here for the Bulldogs. Johnson from the gun, calls for it. Clean pocket, looks downfield, doesn't have anywhere to go with it, makes a couple of men miss, but then he's swarmed by the Warrior defense. A host of Warriors bringing him down shy of the first down, and it's a turnover on downs. The Bristol Warriors take over at their own 19-yard line. So they'll mark it back to the 16, and with 5:18 to go in the third quarter, the Warriors get the stop and get the football back.
That is a big stop after overall pretty impressive drive from the Bulldogs. Unable to come away with any points, though.
Yeah, impressive, promising, but ultimately disappointing as Slate drops back and throws the football, completes the pass, and then the ball fumbled by Dejon Weeks, and he quickly falls right on the loose ball and ends up being a 4-yard pickup on the short completion. Well, that's the other thing that the Bulldogs that can help to turn things around. If they can get some turnovers, try to steal the ball away, give their offense a short field. And Dejon Weeks, after that fumble, looks like he's going to get a little look-see from the trainer. Looks like kind of banged up his left shoulder. That time a direct snap to Williams, but a false start on the Warriors.
Yeah, they were trying some different package with Slate was kind of the man in motion, and Williams was taking a direct snap. Haven't seen that yet today from this Bristol offense.
Well, they don't get credit for that creativity because of the false start. The little miscue right there sets them behind the sticks with a 2nd and 11. Slate from the gun. He's got Williams on his right. And it's a quarterback keeper. A designed run for Slate. Going to tuck it away. But picks up only a few. Stop made by Demir Hall. Demir Hall, another one of the senior members on this Bulldog team. A team that has done so much under Coach Cohen and now under Coach Keene with their back-to-back-to-back district championships, and just the overall turnaround, and talk about a winning culture and a winning expectation has been part of Morrisville football over the past bunch of years. Slate throwing, looking for Cottrell, and Khalil Cottrell makes the grab at the 30 right along the near sideline to pick up a Bristol first down.
Great read, great find there from Slate. Cottrell getting to the spot on the sideline, a tiptoe, getting in bounds, getting both feet down. And a big first down for the Warriors.
Add another dozen yards to Cottrell's already impressive season. This year sets the school record for receiving yardage. Here today adds to that mark with another grab. Slate gives to Williams. He's got a hole. Bounces to the outside up to the 35 before getting pushed out of bounds up at the 33-yard line. And Williams rips off another 15 and another Bristol first down.
The gain is 16 on that last carry.
So Bristol here on this drive doing it any which way they like.
Their playmakers are just making plays today on the offensive side of the ball. They're doing exactly what you thought they would do today, helping carry this offense, keep them moving, keeping them on the field.
Slate, quarterback, keeper, up to the 45. But a flag thrown behind the play. This one's coming back. A hold on the Warriors. Well, that's been one of the few things that's been able to stop the Warriors. A flag, a false start, Fortunately, they haven't been bothered by the wind here today as another gust picks up. As this game unfolds, starting to feel a little bit chillier. Pretty good day, all things considered, with the sunshine. As we get you started with what hopes to be a terrific Thanksgiving day. Here, the handoff to Williams. Williams brought down Zayden Gomez with a solid tackle. So they get that penalty yardage back, plus a little bit. 13 yards for Williams as he works it up to midfield. I want to thank both Bristol and Morrisville for being part of our high school coaches roundtable show on WBCB. Coach Keene coming out and joining us, Coach Ciotti, Coach Oros. Coach Skip Mason was out there. Here, a handoff to Williams. Williams bottled up, makes a spin move, stays on his feet, and makes something out of nothing. Upended there by Javier Robledo. But those coaches bring players to Sandy's Beef and Ale, and we talk high school football, we talk about the program, we talk about some other activities, what might be next for these players after graduation. But we can only do it because of the coaches who give up their time, come out and join us, eat some good sandwiches. That's all part of the experience at Sandy's. And then for the players to give up some of their time. Really appreciate it. Khalil Cottrell in motion. Slate hands off to Williams. Williams makes two men miss. Bounces it to the outside to the 20, 15, 10. Makes a cut inside and is brought down inside the 5-yard line. A touchdown saving tackle by Jovan Rivera. But it's a 1st and goal for the Warriors and another impressive run for Braylon Williams.
Call that about a 41-yard scamper from Braylon Williams, his biggest run of the day so far. Almost got into the end zone, was just a yard or two short and really would have capped that off. And that was just an impressive run, dodging the defenders. He gets the Warriors knocking on the door once again.
Yeah, and that impressive run will cap off the 3rd quarter here in today's Thanksgiving Day hookup. The Bristol Warriors and the Morrisville Bulldogs, high school football on WBCB. We will step aside and return here in just a moment. Happy Thanksgiving to one and all, and back for the 4th quarter on BCB.
Are you living with relentless pain? St. Mary has a new way to help. Knee and hip replacements with a smarter process for faster recovery, earning prestigious awards for quality and value. A rapid recovery program has you walking just hours after surgery, and breakthrough advances such as custom-fit joints position you for a longer pain-free life. 215-710-5888. St. Mary Orthopedics. It's your health. Expect more. Don't let joint pain bring you down. See how you can get relief at a free joint pain seminar at St. Mary Orthopedics. Joint care experts will inform and answer questions about diagnosing, managing, and treating joint problems and knowing when it's time for a joint replacement. Ready to get back to life? Get to the next free joint pain seminar. Details at stmaryhealthcare.org/joint seminar. It's your health. Expect more.
Welcome back to Bristol High School, the home of the Warriors. Bristol on the doorstep as we get the 4th quarter started. Chris Ermer, Nick Gallagher, Mackay Gundy with you. Everybody in tight here for the Warriors, and they give it to the big guy. And into the end zone goes Baracol. Marco Baracol makes it 34-6. As he takes it in from 5 yards out. And now everybody's joining the party. Brady Slate with a rushing TD and a passing touchdown. Khalil Cottrell in the mix with a receiving TD. Braylon Williams with a big game. He started the scoring for Bristol with a rushing touchdown. And now Marco Baracol in the mix. Oh, I don't want to forget about Jonas Beauplan, who had one of the most electric plays of the game as he had a fumble returned for a TD. A fumble that he kind of plucked right out of the air. And so with 11:54 to go, Bristol extends the lead to 34-6. Well, big thanks to all of the support we get for our high school football games. And we got some special Thanksgiving support. Ralph DiGiuseppe, your Bristol Borough Council president, wants to take this opportunity to wish you and your family a happy Thanksgiving. Ralph is a lifelong Bristol resident of 70 years and is honored to serve his community and hopes you're enjoying today's annual Bristol Thanksgiving football game. Morris has it teed up for the Warriors. Yeah, from Ralph DiGiuseppe to you and your family, a happy Thanksgiving and a joyous holiday season. Thanks also to the family at Nick's Pizza in the Morrisville Shopping Center. Wishing you and yours a terrific turkey day and making portions of today's game possible here on WBCB. And we thank all of the community support as Julian Hennessy takes the kick and puts a knee on the turf. Bulldogs will get started at their own 38. Well, now's when we start to look forward to the rest of the Thanksgiving fun, the meal, the get-together with family.
Maybe some family games thrown in there at some point, some laughs after dinner.
This one's kind of the appetizer for
yeah,
all of that.
Yeah.
From the gun, handoff to Dismukes, and he takes a shot, big hit, delivered by Jacob Cialella. These teams fighting to the bitter end on a sunny Thanksgiving day. This is also the time of year where we start to look forward to our high school basketball season. And we've got a lot of games coming your way on WBCB. We look forward to getting into the gym, especially on a chilly day like this. We'd love to have a little heat. There's Caraway with the carry. Caraway tries to get to the edge. Dropped shy of the 45. We'll bring up about a 3rd and 5 for the Bulldogs.
Bring up a 3rd and 5 for Morrisville.
Yeah, Coach Corey Keene, his first year as head man for this Bulldog bunch, leads them to a 7-5 overall record, and they pick up their 3rd straight District 1 1A championship. There, Johnson fakes the pitch, takes it to the outside, and fumbles the football, and it goes out of bounds. And did the Warriors have possession in bounds? Over there, Jacob Cialella was there for Bristol, and I think they're going to say no, he did not quite have possession. So the Bulldogs dodge a bullet on that one. They fumble it out of bounds. They have enough for a first down, so they get a fresh set. And that was nearly recovered by Cialella. Just never established himself in bounds. like a little bit of movement, no flags. So they get the playoff. Johnson with a quarterback keeper weaving through traffic as a broken play will bring the Bulldogs just across the 50-yard line.
Surprised to see no flags on that play. I don't know if they were going to give it a free play and then throw the flag or what that was from the officials. But, I mean, they let it go, and so be it.
Right now, this Bristol team getting recognized on the PA for some of the season accomplishments that they have achieved this year. Talking about their wins over Executive, their wins over ANC. There again, pre-snap movement, and now the flags do come flying. False start on the Bulldogs.
And if the results hold today and the Warriors go on to win, it'll be the first 10-win season for the Bulldogs in this senior class. You have to go back and check the last time this this Warriors program won 10 games in a season. As much success as they have had, they haven't get to that clips of a 10-win season.
Right, they do it here under Coach Ciotti, who's poised to pick up his 50th win in these last 6+ seasons. Their pass complete. They get it to Caraway. Caraway along the far sideline. He's up to the 40, and that's another Bulldog first down.
Merrick Johnson passed on good Caraway.
Morrisville continuing to battle, and now timeout taken as the Warriors will talk it over with 7:32 to go on the fourth quarter clock. Again, big thanks to all of our community sponsors, all the support we get for today's game, including East Coast Printing 215, your go-to source for custom apparel and printing in the 215 area and beyond. East Coast Printing 215, they bring your ideas to life. Custom screen printing, direct-to-film printing, embroidery, and custom orders from t-shirts, hoodies, and hats to bags and more. If you can imagine it, East Coast Printing 215 will bring it to life. Whether you're outfitting a team, promoting your brand, or maybe just creating something unique for yourself, East Coast Printing 215 in the Morrisville Shopping Center, your go-to source for top quality and quick turnarounds. Again, in the Morrisville Shopping Center, East Coast Printing 215. Powering portions of today's high school football on WBCB. And it's a handoff to Caraway. But Caraway cannot get away from Jacob Barber as he's the first one there. And it's a loss of a yard. Back to the 41 go the Bulldogs. Yeah, a win today would make Ciotti's career record 50-24 as Bristol head coach. Picks up his 7th straight BAL title. We mentioned there are 6 straight Division I titles at the 3A level. And before he was head coach, he went 28-17 as the defensive coordinator. And they picked up a league title and a district title when he was in that role. Downfield, Johnson not able to connect with Lawrence Austin. Oh, no, that's Brown down there, the intended receiver. Beauplan there with the D for Bristol. Makes it 3rd and 11.
Yeah, but as you were saying about Coach Ciotti's accomplishments, Chris, in his 6 years at the helm of this Warriors program, I mean, that should make it easier for recruits and through the Bristol school system to get guys and people interested in this on this Warriors program to come in here and compete.
No question.
A winning program has really been established the last 6 years under Ciotti's leadership.
Pump fake for Johnson. Rolls to the near side. Now he's going to tuck it away. And he gets tripped up by Cialella. Makes it 4th and about 4. Call that a 7-yard pickup. And quickly to the line of scrimmage, the Bulldogs trying to convert on 4th down. Keep this drive going. Dropping back pressure, but the throw over the middle, complete to Dismukes. And Shakur Dismukes goes into the end zone. It's a 34-yard touchdown strike for the Bulldogs and makes it 34-12. A great second time those two guys hooked up, Merrick Johnson and Shakur Dismukes.
Yeah, great find by Johnson on that play. A great little slant route by Dismukes. He ran, beat the corner to the inside, got the leverage, and just got past into the open space for the Bulldog touchdown.
They'll go for 2 on the try. Talk about a spread formation. You got half the line on one side, half the line on the other side. Throwing into the end zone, incomplete. Looking for Brown. Brady Slate over there with the pass breakup. So the try is no good. We come back up the field with the score 34-12. Bristol in front of Morrisville on Thanksgiving Day. Thanks to Papa's Pretzel Place for bringing you portions of today's game. Papa's Pretzel Place, perfect the art of making soft pretzels. A proud supporter of Bristol's football team. Papa's Pretzel Place, they satisfy your craving for soft pretzels with every twist. Many different varieties, including their OMG and their hot dog pretzels. Dips are also available. And with the holidays coming up, Papa's Pretzel Place, they have pretzel party trays. Papa's Pretzel Place, they're open Tuesday and Wednesday from 10 to 5. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, open at 10 to 7 at Papa's Pretzel Place. They're closed on Mondays. Papa's Pretzel Place, 302 Mill Street in Bristol. Big thanks for their help powering portions of today's game here on WBCB. Big happy Thanksgiving to everybody with us. Enjoy your turkey and stuffing. I love the gravy. A good gravy makes all the difference.
Good gravy, mashed potatoes, good gravy and turkey.
Good gravy.
Oh.
Tradition in Morrisville, Ben's Deli, 103 East Bridge Street. And for the holidays, let Ben's Deli cater your affair or party. Ben's Deli Cafe and Catering, they specialize in their own fresh cooked roasts and homemade entrees, cold cut and sandwich trays, specialty hoagies, and their famous homemade salads and desserts. Ben's Deli, full service catering and party planning for private, corporate, holiday parties. Ben's Deli Cafe and Catering, 103 East Bridge Street in Morrisville. A squib kick.
Ooh.
And a big hit. Cialella hit by Zayden Gomez. But Bristol is able to hold on to the football.
Glad Cialella is okay. It looks like, I don't know if it was shoulder pad to head or helmet to helmet. That was a very close call.
Yeah, definitely a big-time collision right there. Talking about big-time stuff. How about special pigskin breakfast? Finney McGee's Pub in Bristol. Finney McGee's open serving breakfast all throughout Thanksgiving morning until 1 p.m. Stop by, enjoy bacon and eggs, other breakfast specials. Finney McGee's in Bristol. Their kitchen serves food late on Fridays and Saturdays. Again, check out their Thanksgiving breakfast. They try to give it to Cottrell, a fumble, and Morrisville recovers.
Recovered by the Bulldogs. Number 50, Ronan.
Khalil Cottrell never seemed to secure that handoff. It comes loose And the Bulldogs bounce on it. 5:27 to go. And now looking to capitalize on some energy. A score, a turnover.
The first turnover from Bristol today. The first time on offense they have not found the end zone. I don't want to say they got a little too fancy on the end around. It's a pretty typical play call from Ciotti's playbook, but just unable to complete the transaction of the handoff to Cottrell. Puts it on the turf.
Now Johnson throws, completes to Dismukes. Dismukes picking up a little blocking and picks up some yardage up across the 40. They'll mark him at the 40, 5-yard pickup. Again, check out Finney McGee's. Big thanks to them for powering portions of today's game. Family and friends at Finney McGee's. Remember, open right now with that pigskin breakfast. The throw complete to Rivera. Rivera tackled at the 35. That'll be enough for a Bulldog first down. Merrick Johnson hasn't always had a lot of time to operate back there, but some pretty nice throws, 2 touchdown connections with Dismukes. And on 1st and 10, again, looking towards Dismukes, now tries to escape the pocket and is brought down. Sacked on the play, Eddie Diaz.
Eddie Diaz on the sack.
Gobbles him up on Turkey Day. And drops him for a big loss, back to the 45. I don't want to have too many Turkey Day references.
Why not?
Yeah.
Throw them all out of there today. 3:30 left to go in this game, Chris. Might as well, whatever you got in your bag of tricks.
Well, at this point for the Warriors, it's pretty much all gravy.
There you go.
But the Bulldogs might have something to say about that. Here they spread him out. 4 receivers for Johnson, and he's going to give it to Dismukes. Takes it up the gut, across the 40, and he's brought down at the 37. Dejan Weeks stepping up, helping to make the stop for Bristol. Under the 3-minute mark, and we want to send a special thank you out to Ben's Deli. Oh, a false start there for Morrisville. Little pre-snap movement up front. Ben's Deli, a tradition in Morrisville. Talking about the traditional Thanksgiving Day game. Well, Ben's, a tradition at 103 East Bridge Street. Wishing everybody a happy Thanksgiving and letting you know for the holidays they have all the trays. There again, movement. This time it was Bristol comes across the line of scrimmage. Yeah, you're doing your party planning for the holidays, for private, corporate, any holiday events. Ben's Deli, Cafe, and Catering, 103 East Bridge Street in Morrisville. Again, a Morrisville tradition. We thank them for being with us here on Turkey Day. Merrick Johnson downfield, and the pass is caught. Great job by Caraway. And he brings it in at the 10-yard line. Up, but hold on, a flag behind the play.
I believe it's going to be roughing the passer as the Bristol edge rusher laid out Johnson.
Right. Yep, we're moving it, walking it up the field. It's going to be against the Warriors, and with the penalty, we'll move it from the 10 up to the 5-yard line. All right, Morrisville on the doorstep again. You know, big thanks to the Bristol community and all of the small businesses in Morrisville supporting today's game. And that's what it is. It's small businesses that, you know, we try to rally support around our games, and certain businesses like Ben's Deli step up and they say, yeah, we want to support this traditional Thanksgiving Day game. We want people to be able to see it. As a direct snap to Caraway. Caraway bounces it outside and takes it into the end zone for the touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown run for Isaiah Caraway. And then after the touchdown, a flag thrown against the Bulldogs. Going to be a dead ball, unsportsmanlike. The touchdown stands. So 34-18 now with 1:31 to go in quarter number 4.
I don't know what they're going to get. I guess assuming that was on Caraway there. I mean, he just looked at Bristol.
One of his teammates.
Okay.
It was somebody up the field. I think that might have been Demir Hall who was saying something. And yeah, there was a little eyeballing as he went into the end zone, but I think the flag comes out for some other stuff. And now it's Rivera. Low snap. It rolls to him, picks it up, and leaning towards the end zone, waiting. No, the try is no good. So the 2-point conversion not successful. And we come back up the field with the score 34-18. Bristol in front of Morrisville. And a player shaken up. So an injury timeout. We'll step aside and return here for more high school football on WBCB.
Are you living with relentless pain? St. Mary has a new way to help. Knee and hip replacements with a smarter process for faster recovery, earning prestigious awards for quality and value. A rapid recovery program has you walking just hours after surgery, and breakthrough advances such as custom-fit joints position you for a longer pain-free life. 215-710-5888. St. Mary Orthopedics. It's your health. Expect more. Don't let joint pain bring you down. See how you can get relief at a free joint pain seminar at St. Mary Orthopedics. Joint care experts will inform and answer questions about diagnosing, managing, and treating joint problems and knowing when it's time for a joint replacement. Ready to get back to life? Get to the next free joint pain seminar. Details at stmaryhealthcare.org/joint seminar. It's your health. Expect more.
Welcome back to Bristol High School. Big thanks to Finney McGee's Pub for powering portions of today's game. A squib kick that pops up for Cialella, and he secures it for the Warriors with 1:27 remaining. Credit the fight for the Bulldogs. Even though they got down early, they continued to battle. It was 21-0 before they got on the scoreboard. And then even after a late score in the second half, they come right back in the third quarter and had a very successful opening drive, kind of set a certain tone. Ended up being a scoreless third quarter before we got things going again here with some points up on the scoreboard in the fourth quarter. A snap, a throw downfield. That time in there was Alex Diaz at quarterback.
He's got himself an arm, does Diaz. Might be a quarterback waiting in the wings for 2026.
You got to shoot your shot when you get the opportunity. There was some pretty heavy coverage over there, but said, I'll give my guy a chance. Big thanks to Ralph DiGiuseppe, Bristol Borough Council President, all of our sponsors. There the give is to Dejan Weeks. Weeks with a carry up the gut and a pickup of 10 yards. And it's a Bristol Warrior first down. And now they have an opportunity here to just get into victory formation and grind out the remaining few seconds of this one. Brady Slate gives to Weeks. Weeks with a jump cut, picks up about 3. And the last chance for seniors like Brady Slate and Coach Braylon Williams. Yeah, right now Coach Ciotti getting recognized on the PA for his accomplishments, picking up his 50th victory over these past 6+ seasons. And as you said, Nick, their first 10-win season capped off with this Thanksgiving Day W.
Yeah, and it's a great one for Bristol today, their community as well, their program going forward into next year. A huge win on Thanksgiving. That'll be the final play from scrimmage.
And they'll wrap it up with a handoff to Dejan Weeks, who gets brought down after a short gain. And that's the ball game. 34-18, Bristol defeating Morrisville here on Thanksgiving Day. Well, big thanks to the crew, Nick Gallagher behind the camera helping with the call, Makai Gundy doing our video engineering, and big thanks to everybody out there here checking out the game on WBCB, and to all of our sponsors, including Finney McGee's in Bristol, all the great Bristol and Morrisville love. And this is all love. This is a bitter rivalry, and you saw some energy between these two teams, a little extra on some of the scoring plays, but here they meet at midfield with a great gesture of sportsmanship on this day of thanks and gratitude. We thank the local high school football community. I mentioned our high school coaches roundtable and how Bristol and Morrisville are a big part of that. And to all of our schools, all of our fans, the great WBCB colleagues that we get to work with week in and week out, and all the work that they do, really appreciate their efforts. And today it's Bristol that gets to celebrate the win, but we all get to celebrate this Thanksgiving Day tradition and coming together as community and all that good stuff. All right, right now they're honoring some of the players here. Marco Baracol winning the Sportsmanship Award. Baracol actually got into the end zone with a rushing TD. Normally he's just out there to block guys and be a big guy in the middle. Most determined player. Brady Slate picks up the Most Determined Award. So Marco Baracol, Brady Slate. And let's see, we got a Most Valuable coming out. This may go to Braylon Williams. Again, some post-game recognition as we recognize a great game played.
And from Morrisville, number 8, Isaiah Caraway.
From Morrisville, Isaiah Caraway with a big game. And he gets their Most Determined Player award.
Yeah, a pair of touchdowns for Caraway really helped this Morrisville program battle all 60 minutes today. Or all 48 minutes, excuse me.
And the Warriors get to raise the trophy and celebrate another Turkey Day win. And now get joined by the cheerleaders. Everybody's celebrating the Warrior win.
Well, you got to congratulate the Warriors senior class, as we mentioned, the winningest senior class in Bristol program history today. And they really deserved it. They've really shown and grown as a group through these 4 years together. They finished 10-3 on the year. They're 36-11 as they finish and leave their Bristol program. And as well, we credit Morrisville senior class as well and what they've done in their 4 years. They've been through a lot, going back to 2 years ago when Raymond Holman rushed for over 4,000 yards, finished his Morrisville career as the leading rusher all time for the Bulldogs, wrote his name in the history books. But now the Warriors having a lot of offense with their leadership of Brady Slate, Braylon Williams, and Khalil Cottrell as they leave and etch their name into this legendary rivalry into the history books in Bristol and Morrisville here in Bucks County.
And no question, the offense gets all of the recognition, and all of those guys also really significant contributors on the defensive side of the football for a very good Bristol Warrior defensive team. So all-around effort today. Big thanks to all of our sponsors, including BCWSA, St. Mary Medical Center, Kalinowski Performance Academy, the Revere Restaurant, East Coast Printing, thanks to Jags Barbershop, Ralph DiGiuseppe, Yardley Auto Body, Ben's Deli, Finney McGee's Pub, Papa's Pretzel Place, all on hand for today's game. And big thanks again to Yardley Auto Body for being here and supporting today's game. Going to head down onto the field to talk with our players of the game after Bristol gets a quick word from Coach Ciotti and Coach Keene gets a moment with his Bulldog bunch. Yeah, again, thanks to all of our sponsors. Going to have some special sponsorship for today's Turkey Day game, including Yardley Auto Body, 19 West Philadelphia Avenue in Morrisville. Yardley Auto Body, they do all types of repairs, minor to major, both foreign and domestic. Yardley Auto Body, they work with all insurance companies, prompt, courteous service. They are great, and we thank them for being with us today. Yardley Auto Body's reputation, highly rated by the Better Business Bureau, proud to support the greater Morrisville community, and especially proud to support this Morrisville Bulldog bunch. Tough one today, and they got down early to this Bristol team. We mentioned it, Bristol, they won the coin flip. They took the football first and set a certain tone, and Bulldogs, they continued to fight on. They deserve credit for being back-to-back-to-back district champions at the 1A level, and I think our player of the game, the guy I want to talk to, is their junior quarterback, Merrick Johnson, who threw a couple of touchdown passes. So we'll see if I get a moment with Morrisville. And for Bristol, last time we had them on WBCB, I talked with Brady Slate and with Khalil Cottrell. Both of those guys certainly warrant player of the game recognition today. I'm looking at Braylon Williams, though. His 35-yard touchdown run was the first score of the day. Also made some big plays on defense. So Braylon Williams is our player of the game for the Bristol Warriors as they have a big Turkey Day win. And big thanks to the crew here on site. Our final score, once again, 34-18. Thanks for catching some high school football on WBCB. Thanks. Happy Thanksgiving, right?
Happy Thanksgiving to everybody out there. We thank you for your viewership today. Enjoy your dinner with your friends and family, and we just thank you and look forward to the basketball season now as we close the high school football chapter here on WBCB for 2025.
All right. Thanks so much. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.